I had every intention of coming over here, dragging my son out, and beating this stupid man senseless. Though I probably would have needed help to do such a thing, and it all backfired.
Stay. I'll sleep on the couch,
Valen says, gripping my arm. You would sleep on your own couch? I scoff.
Wouldn't be the first time. Also, pretty sure I've passed out on the floor more times than I can count.
He says. No, I have to go see Zoe anyway.
Call her and stay. The hotel will survive without you for one night.
I don't even have clothes here.
I own a washing machine and a dryer. I also know how to use them.
Ha ha, very funny. You're probably a better cleaner than I am with your OCD, but I don't think it's a good idea. I can't, I sigh, rubbing my temples. Since when did life become so complicated? I have so much going on. The Alpha meeting is in a few days. My employees are missing. The rest are sick. The drama with Casey's father. And now I have to fight my damn bond every second of the day. I feel like my grasp on control is slowly slipping. All of the stability I've constructed over the years has been thrown out of whack in a matter of days. I don't want to confuse Valerian more than he already is, I finally say.
What do you mean? We're about to announce to the city we're mates, Everly. How would you being here confuse him?
He asks, leading me out of the room and into the hall. He shuts Valerian's door before stopping to look at me. Yes, exactly, announcing we're mates. But that's it. I don't want him thinking we're suddenly a family like everyone else. It's different. How does he not get it?
You're making this different. To me, it's straightforward. I'm yours. You're mine. That's what mates are, Everly. We're supposed to be together. So why do you keep fucking fighting it?
I don't bother answering. Instead, I go look for Marcus.
I send him home.
Valen calls out behind me, as if reading my mind. You sent him home?
Yes, because I hoped you'd stay.
I don't want to stay, Valen. I don't know how I can make it any clearer.
You know what your issue is? You're so used to being in control that you can't let go. You call me OCD, and yet have you looked at yourself?
Excuse me? I am nothing like you. I didn't fucking torture you for years. I sure as hell didn't ask for your goddamn help. That boy in there? I raised him on my own while you stuck your dick in every bitch in the city and spent the last few years drunk out of your fucking brain. We are nothing alike. I spit at him.
I have apologized. I can't change it, or believe me, I would. So stop throwing it in my face every 2 seconds. I'm trying to make this work, while all you do is push me away. I know I fucked up, but you could have done more too. Don't put all the blame on me.
Done more? You kicked me off your fucking territory. I tried telling you over the phone, and you laughed at me. I say, the anger building up inside me again.
My private life is far from private, Everly. There were plenty of events in the city where you could have come right up to me with him, and I would have recognized them. Fuck, you could have sent me the DNA tests, or court-ordered them. You make out I'm a drunk.
He pauses for a second, appearing to think before he shrugs.
Well, I was, but I wasn't drunk every second of every day. I still had obligations to the pack and city. Don't tell me there was nothing else you could have done. And the reason you didn't was because that meant you ran the risk of fucking losing him. So don't put the blame entirely on me. You fucking hate me. I get it. But you also could have found another way. Your hate towards me is why you didn't.
I blink at him when Valerian's voice reaches my ears. Mommy? He murmurs, making Valen spin around to face the hall. Why is everyone yelling? I go to pick him up, when Valen does it before I get the chance.
Come on, I'll tuck you back in. You have school in the morning.
Valen whispers to him, kissing his head.
Stay, or don't. I'm done arguing. My keys are on the counter if you want to leave.
Valen says, walking off with a sleepy Valerian in his arms. I can hear him murmuring to him before I turn around and walk into the kitchen to look for his keys. I snatch them up, intending to leave, when I stop, hearing Valerian crying in his room. Moving down the hall, I stop near his door, listening to Valen try to calm him and wondering if I should intervene. I don't want to stay if Mommy can't. Does she think I don't want her because I want to stay here? You don't have to make her leave. Valerian sobs. My heart clenches at his words. Does he think I blame him or his father? I'm the one trying to leave. I start to walk in when Valen's voice stops me.
Your mother's angry with me, not you. She'll come back. Daddy did the wrong thing, that's all.
But she's leaving and not taking me with her. Why won't she stay?
Do you want me to take you home?
Valen asks him. But I want her to stay here too. I peek in the door to see Valen rubbing his face. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere, I tell him, before Valen no doubt tries to retake the blame. Maybe he's right. Perhaps I could have done more. Or perhaps it's the bond making me think that. Or the fact that Valerian is upset. Although I did always notice when events were held in the city, we made sure not to organize hotel events on the same weekends. He wasn't wrong about that part. He was involved in many events where I could have approached him. As I move into the room, Valen looks at me before looking at Valerian.
See, she's right here.
And you'll stay? Valerian asks. I glance at his father before nodding. I'll stay. I just need to call Auntie Zoe. I'll be here when you wake up, I tell him. Quickly leaning down, I peck his cheek. Now go to sleep. It's late. Valerian snuggles underneath his blanket, and I watch as his father gives him a kiss before I walk out of the room. I walk into the living room and sit on the couch, pinching the bridge of my nose. Valen is still in Valerian's room, and I message Zoe to see if she's still up. I wait for a reply, but I figure she must be asleep when I don't get one. I'll tell her tomorrow. It probably wasn't a good idea to tell her over the phone. Plus, I knew she wouldn't sleep once I told her.
Are you calling Zoe?
Valen asks, walking out and stopping next to me. He falls on the couch beside me. You didn't have to take all the blame, I tell him.
He'll find out eventually anyway.
You're right. I could have found other ways to tell you.
Well, I know now,
he says with a sigh before getting up.
I'll get you some clothes to sleep in, unless you're sneaking off. I can distract him until you return in the morning.
I told him I would stay. I'll stay on the couch, I tell him. He goes to say something, but I cut him off. Your apartment, Valen. I'll sleep on the couch, I tell him, and he presses his lips together, eventually nodding and walking off. He returns with some clothes and a towel before pointing me in the direction of the bathroom. Everything in his bathroom is ridiculously clean and white. Undressing, I step in and turn the shower dials. Seriously, who has dials? Water sprays out like a damn tsunami, blasting me in the face, and I place my hands up, shielding my eyes. So much for not wetting my hair. I turn the other dial, only to find water spraying out from the freaking wall, making me shriek when my ass is suddenly pelted with a force that water shouldn't come out at. Plus, it's freezing cold. I try to shut it off when music starts blaring from somewhere. What the fuck? The bathroom has suddenly turned into a rave. Here I am, being waterboarded while my ass is filled with water. Is this karma? Did I break a mirror or something? I try covering my ears against the horrid radio blasting from goddess knows where, while trying to shield my eyes and spin the dials in a desperate attempt to shut it off.
Everly?
How do you turn it off? I scream.
The blue dial.
I can't see a blue fucking dial. Your dial's broken. I shriek at him when another jet of water suddenly comes from the roof. The fucking roof. I shield my head and my ass, forgetting the ears. I'll go deaf, but my ass can't take anymore. I feel like I'm in a car wash, not a damn shower. Suddenly, the water cuts off, and I hear laughing. Scrubbing my hands down my face, I blink, my eyeballs aching.
Off,
Valen says, pointing to one dial.
On, and that one is pressure,
He says, pointing to the third dial. his voice shaking with laughter. You couldn't have a normal functioning shower? I snap, choking on water.
Maybe yours are just dated.
My ass feels like it just got blasted to the damn moon. Who in their right mind wants an ass blaster in the shower? Valen chuckles, looking down. I suddenly realized that while I was drowning and choking on water, I was also very much naked. A shriek leaves my lips as I shove past him to grab a towel to cover up. Wet tiles and my coordination do not mix well, apparently, and I collide with him, taking both of us out. Valen tries to grab me, but it's not good. He wheezes as I go tits and ass up before landing on the floor on top of him. I can't help but feel like this is some sort of setup, and I'm being punked. Surely this can't get any more awkward. I am so wrong. I realize I'm looking at his feet, which means I'm on top of him with my ass on his face. How? Just how?
Your ass really did get blasted.
Valen chuckles. Please, moon goddess, strike me down and put me out of my misery. I scramble off. There is no ladylike way I could have avoided him seeing me. Now he's had an internal view. Not even my gyno got that close and personal with my nether regions.
Good to know that you wax.
Valen adds. His commentary is not necessary. If only he had seen it 2 weeks ago. It looked like the Amazon jungle with my winter fur coat. I was foul when I got that call saying I was 3 years past my last pap smear. Thank goddess I was, or he would have been coughing up a hairball. I snatched the towel off the basin, covering myself and trying to keep some dignity, even though I'm pretty sure most of it went down the drain, along with my speaking ability. I clear my throat.
Do you want me to fix the shower?
I nod and hum, looking anywhere but at him. He snickers, trying to contain himself as he turns it on for me. He then takes his shirt off, motioning toward the shower.
I've already seen you, so no point hiding from me now, Everly.
He chuckles before shedding his pants and stepping in.
Get in the shower, Everly. We're even now. I've seen yours and you've seen mine. I was just a bit more polite and didn't throw my genitals in your face.
Valen snickers, and I growl at him. I make sure to keep my gaze on his face and not look down, but he raises an eyebrow at me. I roll my eyes. But he's right. Nothing much more he can see. So I drop the towel and hop in. Can you not stare? I snap at Valen. His roaming gaze is making me self-conscious. My body is not what he would be used to. My stomach isn't flat, my hips have faint stretch marks, and my boobs no longer sit perky on my chest. My body is ruined from carrying Valerian. He stands there looking like he just stepped out of a sports magazine, all hard chiseled muscle and tan complexion, while my skin is pale in comparison, and I look frumpy.
Does my staring bother you?
Yeah. I wouldn't have said it if it didn't, I tell him, turning away from him.
You've had a baby. That doesn't make you look any less appealing, Everly, so don't shy away from me now,
he says, putting his head under the shower spray to rinse the shampoo from his hair. Easy for him to say. I don't have exes for him to compare himself against. Whereas I've seen the girls in the papers that he kept on his arm, even met one of them. As if I wouldn't feel inadequate compared to their perky, fit bodies, while I look like used goods. I quickly wash before hopping out and wrapping a towel around myself. Valen leisurely moves about as he gets out, not caring that he's standing around naked in front of me. But, unlike him, I avert my gaze instead of gawking and keep my eyes strictly above his pecs. I yank his shirt over my head before undoing the towel, only to realize the pants are gone. When I try to leave the bathroom, Valen steps into my path. Moving the other way, he does the same thing.
Trying to escape me?
Valen, I'm tired. Please? I don't want to play these stupid games. Just move aside, I tell him.
Always so serious.
And you're always annoying me. Please move.
I will, but you have to sleep in the bed with me.
I shake my head. He folds his arms across his chest and looks down at me. No.
Fine, we'll sleep here then.
He shrugs, then leans against the door with a devious smile on his lips. I glare at him. Fine, but I want the bathtub. You can have the floor. I huff before turning around and walking over to it. Somehow, I don't think his OCD ass will cope with sleeping on the wet floor.
Are you really that damn stubborn?
Valen asks. Yep, I tell him, popping the pee. Valen growls behind me as I climb into the bathtub. I've slept in worse places, but I know he hasn't. He won't last long.
Everly.
Valen, I retort. His growl bounces off the tiled walls before he suddenly yanks me out of the tub.
Good thing I'm also stubborn. Would you look at that? We have something in common. And you are sleeping with me.
He growls, while I struggle to get out of his grip. Valen, I snap. My fist hits his chest as he tries to pull me from the tub. He just laughs as he tosses me over his shoulder. I bang on his back before digging my elbows into it. You can be a real jerk.
Imagine Valerian's little face when he finds you in my bed instead of on the couch.
He teases. That is guilt tripping, and you know it. Don't use our son to get what you want.
What I want is for my mate to sleep in the same bed as me. I never said I would try to sleep with you, but your squirming is making it rather difficult.
I dig my elbows in deeper, and his back arches up as he walks up the hall toward his room. He pushes his bedroom door open with his foot, and I growl at him.
Do I need to find something to tie you down with, or will you behave?
Do that, and you'll want to sleep with a towel wrapped around your fucking throat.
Why would I do that?
To stop me slitting it while you sleep. I snap at him.
Then I'm definitely tying you to the bed.
I stop and growl. Fine, but I'm the big spoon, I tell him.
Are you trying to ruin my masculinity?
Take it or leave it, I tell him before I'm dumped on the bed. A squeak escapes my lips at the motion, and I snarl again while he chuckles at me.
Fine, you can be the big spoon,
he rumbles as he climbs on the bed, tugging the covers back before climbing underneath them.
I was happy to just share the bed with you, but if you want to hug me, I'll take it,
Valen tells me. I roll my eyes at him, but climb underneath his blankets. Gosh, his bed is comfortable, like a cloud. I'll never, ever agree to take the couch again. I realize how uncomfortable my bed actually is, though I'd always thought it was comfortable. I'm pretty sure he just ruined my bed for me now.
Are you forgetting something? What about spooning me?
Valen laughs. Oh, I'm too comfortable to move now. I yawn before feeling the bed shift under his weight. Valen pushes my shoulder, wanting me to roll on my side. I'm actually considering biting him for moving me, although the warmth he offers makes me wiggle back against him.
I prefer being the big spoon,
he says, snuggling against me. He shrieks when I jam my freezing cold feet between his thighs.
How can your feet be cold when you just had a shower?
He growls and I snicker. If you want to be the big spoon, you also get to be my feet warmer. His chest vibrates against my back with his growl, but he doesn't move, instead pressing closer. I can't help but succumb to sleep. The sound of my phone in the living room wakes me. Valen groans behind me, and I blink. The room is still dark, but I can see slivers of light peeking around the sides of the thick blackout curtains.
Turn it off,
Valen snarls, pressing his face into the back of my neck. I yawn, about to toss the blankets back and climb out to retrieve it, when I realize the tune playing isn't my alarm, but my ringtone. The noise cuts off mid-tune.
Thank God,
Valen mumbles. It starts blaring again immediately, and I sit upright. Valerian's voice reaches my ears. Hey, Auntie Macy, he says from the living room. I peek over at the bedside table to see Valen's phone on charge, and I wiggle out of his grip to snatch it off. I press the power button, and the screen lights up, telling me it's midday. I gasp and lurch upright. Valen, get up! We slept in! I snap at him before hitting his shoulder just as I hear Valerian's footsteps run up the hall toward the bedroom. The door opens further. Mom, Auntie Macy said she needs to speak to you about Zoe, Valerian says, holding the phone out. I take it, placing it to my ear. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. Amber and Micah just called Zoe and said they're on their way to get Casey, she says, and I can hear the alarm in her voice. What? I say, jumping out of bed. I race to Valen's dresser and open drawers, grabbing the first set of pants I lay my hands on and yanking them up my legs. I'm not at the hotel. Zoe called me, hysterical. I'm stuck at the morgue. I need you to get to her, Macy sobs. I'm on my way, I say breathlessly before pausing. Wait, why are you at the morgue? My stomach lurches. They think they found Emily. An officer picked me up to identify her. Her son? I ask, fearing the worst. I have no idea. Get to Zoe, Macy says before hanging up. My head spins, and Valerian stares up at me worriedly. Is Auntie Zoe all right? I didn't want to wake you, Valerian cries as Valen looks around, confused.
What's going on?
He yawns. I need your keys. I have to get back to the hotel, I tell him before turning to Valerian. Stay with your father. I'll be back. I rush out the door, snatch his keys off the counter, and head for the door just as Valen comes out, carrying our crying son.
Everly, what's going on?
Micah's mate found out about Casey. Zoe needs me over at the hotel.
Is everything all right?
I look at Valerian, not wanting to say much in front of him, especially since I don't exactly know what's going on. All I know is I let Zoe down. I should have gone home and told her last night about what Officer Richards had said.
I'll send Marcus to meet you. Go. I'll meet you over there.
I nod and rush toward the front door, hoping I'm not too late. As I jerk to a stop in the staff parking lot, the scene unfolding before my eyes immediately makes my blood boil. Micah's trying to yank Casey away from Zoe, while Casey clutches her mother's clothes, wailing desperately, and staff members are attempting to stop Micah. I open the door, slam it behind me, and dart to them. Micah, what the fuck? I snap at him. Zoe looks up, and I rush over to her side, shoving her behind me and getting between her and Micah. Take Casey inside, I tell her when I notice a woman approach, stomping over in a rage. Her blonde hair hangs in loose waves, and her face is made up, making her look like she's about to step into a photo shoot. She looks every part of the perfect housewife until she opens her mouth. Micah, just grab the kid and let's go, she snaps.
Amber, get back in the car.
Micah groans, turning to face his mate. I push Zoe toward the hotel doors before looking around for my staff. Where's security? The perimeter was breached. They're fixing the fence and are out of radio range. One of them tells me. Fuck, I curse under my breath. Like hell I will. She stole my baby. I should be the only person having your kid, Micah. Now get Casey and let's leave. She's a rogue whore. Just knock the dumb bitch out. No one will care, and your father will get you off anyway. Micah scrubs a hand down his face. I can tell he didn't want any of this to happen, but Amber is clearly a nut job, and his mate. She'd always been loud and outgoing at school, but I'm shocked to see how cold-hearted she is now. Micah turns to look at me, and I glare at him.
I'm sorry, Everly. Step aside. I want my daughter.
Want your daughter? Where the fuck were you for all these years? Coming and going as you pleased? Casey barely even knows you.
Regardless, she's still mine,
he says, trying to shove past me. Wait, Everly? Is that you? Amber says, finally looking in my direction. I glare at her as recognition dawns on her. Holy shit, it is you! Everyone wondered what happened to you. Your father said you ran away. She gushes with tears in her eyes. Is this bimbo for real right now? She tries to embrace me, but I step away from her. Everly? Amber says. I can't believe she dares to look hurt in the situation. Leave, both of you, or I will be forced to call the police, I tell them. Micah makes a run for the door and jerks Zoe back by the back of her shirt. She smashes against the ground before he grabs Casey, and I move, holding her arm. Let her go, Micah, I snarl.
This has nothing to do with you, Everly. Now stand down.
Like fuck I will. Now let her go, I yell. He lets go. He appears shocked, and so am I. My aura rushes out harder, and he pales, taking a step back from me. But it wears off quickly, and he snarls at the fact that I commanded him before lunging at me. I shove Casey towards Zoe just as he knocks me down on the ground.
Fucking command me? Whore? Who do you think you are?
He spits, trying to pin me as my head smashes onto the concrete. I see stars for a second, my vision going black, and I hear Zoe scream before hearing a scuffle. My surroundings blur, but he's suddenly gone from on top of me. I hear the sound of flesh on flesh and Amber's blood-curdling scream, making my heart thud, thinking it's Casey or Zoe getting hurt. I turn my head to see Marcus straighten up from pummeling Micah, who is now curled in the fetal position on the ground. Zoe! Casey! I gasp as Amber rushes toward Micah on the ground. Marcus snarls, which makes me look back at him as I get to my feet. My head is pounding, and I can hear sirens in the distance heading our way, but I'm too distracted by the look on Marcus's confused face to notice much else. He turns his head to the side, cautiously looking around me, and I follow his gaze to see Zoe looking white as a sheet of paper, her eyes wide. I rush to her side and grip her arms, shaking her. Zoe?
Zoe?
Marcus repeats behind me. Her eyes are locked on his. I peek over my shoulder at him.
Casey's mom, right?
Marcus asks her, and Zoe nods. I'm seriously worried she's about to pass out with how clammy her skin is. Is she in shock? Marcus yanks Micah to his feet by the front of his shirt. Amber squeals and rips at Marcus's shirt.
So you must be the father?
Micah nods, terror etching his face, just before Marcus headbutts him with a surprising amount of force. The sound of his nose breaking makes me flinch, and blood spurts out when Marcus's fist connects with his jaw, packing an equal force. Marcus lets him go, and he falls to the ground in a heap, just as Zoe faints. Casey shrieks, and I only just catch her as they both fall forward into me. Tires screech to a stop as cop cars pull up everywhere. Officer Richards jumps from the first vehicle. Marcus growls, and Officer Richards backs up with his hand on his gun.
Pull it and I'll end him, Richards. What'll it be?
Marcus growls at him. His entire body trembles as he fights the urge to shift. I look back at the terrified Officer Richards, who looks at his bleeding son on the ground at Marcus's feet. Amber sobs over him.
Whatever he did, I'll see it's fixed.
Officer Richards murmurs with his hands up.
Good. Make sure he stays the fuck away from my mate.
Marcus snarls before stalking toward me. He grabs Zoe, scooping her up in his arms while I stare, dumbfounded. It makes so much sense now. How did I not see that?
I spent hours in the laundry aisle trying to find that scent. Not proud to say it, but I even tasted a few. And all I had to do was follow your daughter home,
Marcus murmurs to an unconscious Zoe.
Wait, Zoe is your mate?
Officer Richards asks, just as shocked, evidently, reading between the lines. Marcus growls at him before holding out his hand to Casey, who looks up at him, his shirt drenched in her father's blood.
Come on, princess. Let's take Mommy inside.
Marcus says to her consolingly. She looks over at me, and I nod for her to go with him. I'm about to check on Micah when Marcus calls out to me.
You too, Everly. Leave the bastard. Valen's on his way.
Marcus says as he walks toward the hotel doors. I rush ahead of him and open up the door as he stops and looks back at Officer Richards, who is fussing over his son.
I suggest you get him out of here, Richards. I left him breathing. Valen won't. Not for touching his Luna.
Marcus tells him. Officer Richards motions some of his men over, who are all staring at me oddly. Luna? But she's a rogue, Amber blurts out.
Shut it, you over-opinionated mutt.
Officer Richards snaps at his daughter-in-law. My eyebrows raise at his words, and two of the other officers rush over and peel Micah off the ground, who groans in pain.
You've done it now, boy.
Officer Richards snaps at him.
Everly.
Marcus calls as he nods toward the next door leading into the back of the restaurant. I shut the door and rush over to him. Just as I do, Zoe finally regains consciousness and projectile vomits all over the front of him.
Well, not the reaction I was hoping for, but still, it's a reaction.
Marcus says, while Zoe stares wide-eyed at him. You're my...
mate,
offers Marcus, and she nods, like she thought he was a figment of her imagination. I'm beginning to wonder if this whole scenario is a figment of mine, too. And I just spewed on you, Zoe squeaks. Marcus looks down at the front of his shirt and shrugs.
At least I can help you shower.
Marcus chuckles. Zoe nods, looking at him like a deer stuck in headlights. You can't shower with her. You'll see her privates, Casey says, causing Marcus to jump, having completely forgotten she was there. Great observations. Casey deserves a pat on the back, I think sarcastically.
Oh, right. We'll shower with our clothes on. Can't have that.
Marcus agrees with her. Casey nods her head, evidently accepting that answer. Want to see where we live? I have all the Trolls movies, and they have a TV show. Valerian doesn't like to watch with me, but you can, Casey says, tugging on his arm and leading him out. I follow them. My head is still throbbing, and once inside, I flop on the couch and call Casey over to me while Marcus goes to help clean Zoe up. Casey rummages through her movies, putting Trolls on, and I rest my head back on the couch, rubbing my temples. Auntie Everly, is my dad going to jail? I'm not sure, sweetie. Are you upset? No, I don't want to go with that lady. They tried to take me from school. Mom drove really fast on the way home, and that crazy woman drove into the side of Mom's car in the parking lot. She what? Casey nods, pressing play. Yep, the school went in lockdown. She said she was my mom, but I already have a mom. The school locked me in a cleaning closet until Mom got there, and security dragged them away. But then they chased us. No one is taking you from your mother, I promise, I tell her, holding up my finger. I'll sell the damned hotel to pay for the legal bills if need be, but I doubt it will come to that now. Casey nods and grips my pinky. Why wasn't Valerian at school? We slept in, I tell her, just as the door bursts open and Macy rushes in. Oh, thank the goddess, Macy says, running in and scooping up Casey. She hugs her tight. Where's Zoe? Whoa, what happened to you? Macy says, looking at me. Huh? You have a huge goose egg on your head, Macy shrieks, and I feel my head. Touching the back, I wince. When I pull my hand back, I see blood has stained my fingertips. Great, that's all I need.